Welcome to TRS Clips, India's fastest learning portal. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon. The fun fact is, 7 years ago, I began my YouTube channel. Okay. And I used to put up cooking videos and fitness videos. Okay, I used to teach people how to make paneer and omelette and all that. And I would tweet my paneer videos at random Twitter celebrities. And I tweeted maybe 100 celebrities and only 2 responded and retweeted me.
Are you serious? I didn't retweet it.
You retweeted
Oh, thank God. What luck. This would have been a messed up moment. Oh, shit. I retweeted it. Yeah, what's wrong with me?
My omelette recipe, dude. Thank you.
I think I vaguely remember this. I should have spent more time with you. I had way more followers today. Shit, what have I done? Wish you could time travel.
Dude,
really? When did this happen?
2015. But your fan following is very, very hardcore. I'm a part of that fan following, dude.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Because of KaanMasti. What is KaanMasti?
What is that? I vaguely remember something like that. I don't know what. No. Man, it's been like 7-8 years now. I can't even remember the last time we did that podcast. Like, the pandemic sort of destroyed everything because we would do it like this, sit in place. This is the first time I'm getting out of my house, by the way, for Ranveer ji, because of that omelette recipe. I was like, that guy from the 1990s who sent me the omelette thing. Oh shit. How well did that video do, by the way? The omelette
really
one?
Good. Back then it was my most viral video.
Really?
It was a simple omelette recipe.
But now compared to the stuff you're putting out now, it was pale, I guess.
I think virality is subjective. It's based on what phase you're in. Dude, I have so much to ask you. I don't know whether to go into your mind like we do in all the podcasts.
Let me just open this. Go for it, man. Yeah. This is your show, sir. I'm just here for the ride. I'll regret that, no?
There's just so many data points here. I've heard a lot of KaanMasti. KaanMasti probably is my favorite podcast ever. Like more than Joe Rogan Experience, more than our podcast, more than anything.
This would explain all your videos on semen retention and all that. Now I know what's wrong with you, Ranveer. Because you listen to KaanMasti, we destroyed your mind. I'm sorry.
On KaanMasti, you once said that when you meet KaanMasti fans, your first thought is, okay, so then you're a pervert.
I'm meeting another pervert. Hello, hi, how's it going? I mean that in the nicest way, of course. I mean, perverts can be nice people also.
Yeah, like us.
Guys, please. Take this in the right way.
Dude, I've followed a lot of your... I've followed you from MTV What's Up and...
Oh shit. Where I had like a small animal hanging on my chin like that. I didn't realize how weird it looked. And no one told me also. What the fuck, bro? I spent years thinking that's cool and all. But there was like a big, like a rat here, like someone killed a rat, stuck it over there. And they said, sir, aapka. And then there were people who'd say, sir, main bhi apna goti banata aapki tarah. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the people? Why would you do that to yourself? And when I look at those old videos, I'm like, shit, I look like that? Where were all the stylists?
Bro, you kind of have looked the same throughout. Like you've
saying I still look like that? Damn it, I've tried not to.
Usually media professionals jizz when I say things like that. You still look the same as you did.
No. It's like looking at your old content, yeah. Like, shit, ye kya banaya? Should I delete it? It's got a lot of views. I don't know.
So I just told you outside how TRS was directly inspired from KaanMasti, the format, etc., etc. Why did you start a podcast?
Big mistake. Is that why I didn't do well initially? And then you were like, let me pivot to something more acceptable.
No, I think people just expect serious content from me, dude. I'm bracketed by audiences, honestly, at this stage. It's fine. Here's the actual question I have for you. How do I get funnier as like a creator? As a creator, are you supposed to only create what's inside? Because my humor is very dark, offensive, and maybe sometimes sexual. And so I think it's going to get me into trouble, which is why
especially considering the contrast. You go from inspirational stuff to then suddenly crack a sex joke. People are like, what the f*** just happened?
Yeah. Do people always expect you to be funny?
Yeah, all the time.
How do you feel about that?
It's annoying. It's really annoying. Because when I'm not doing the videos or whatever, I like to do nothing. My favorite thing is doing nothing. And if I'm in general, I'm very antisocial and I don't like to meet people and stuff. So I'm just sitting like that at a party. I was like, why is he not cracking any jokes? And I'm like, I'm just thinking, when can we go home? Can I go home to my computer? I just want to spend time with my computer.
What do you make of the podcasting space in general? Like, do you think podcasts will survive, will grow, will tank? I'm very confused about what will happen in the future. I don't know if regional podcasts will take over. I'm asking you this from the perspective that you've spent a lot of time in radio, and I'm sure you've thought of podcasts because, dude, technically, I think you were the first Indian podcast.
I don't know. There was something called the Plan B. I don't know if they're still around or stuff, but there was Plan B, there was AIB. I'm sure there were people we had maybe not heard of also, because it's so easy to podcast, right? All you need is your phone and maybe a computer, a couple of mics, and you're done. So I can't claim to be first anything. There's always like somebody who's done something before you. But I don't know what you're like from when we first started. It was just I was doing MP3s. That's how old I am. I was doing MP3s initially, and it was on this RSS feed, and you put and getting a podcast into Apple's podcast system and all, it's quite a pain. You got to do that website. You have to have an RSS feed. You have to update it, maintain it. You have to have artwork and shit. And I was like, bro, let's just upload this shit to YouTube. but in the early days, a lot of downloads were happening. I think maybe it was different times also. Maybe less people were on the other platforms. I don't know what it was, but we had a shit ton of downloads. And I remember taking screenshots of that to flex those stats and all. I never ended up posting them. But then, anyway, then I canned that website. I was like, shit, this is so much of a pain. and I love doing stuff which is fully like guerrilla, where you spend no money. You just like do it. And I get kicks out of like doing stuff where you don't end up spending anything, but then you create something and it does decently or whatever it is. So lots of downloads happened, ye wo. And I think back then I was thinking, man, this is fantastic. But then I think YouTube is possibly better for distribution of your content as such, or any of the other platforms now.
Do you think there'll be a lot more podcast listeners in this country going forward?
The more real the content, I think the more people will get into it. So I think also like when radio happened in our country, even now, radio, even today, imagine, and when I was saying this back then, like 10, 15 years ago, is that radio was in its baby stage. Even now, it's in its baby stage compared to what it is in other countries. So I think there's only up to go. And your podcast is doing fantastically well, bro.
I'm just thinking.
We were leading up to this.
No, I'm just
doing fantastically well, right?
It's good. I'm curious about the future. I'm curious about the future. I'm curious about the future, dude.
But you can adapt. I mean, if it does, I really doubt you'll be in a spot where it's not doing well, because you have amazing guests, you have great conversation, and I go through I've gone through all the comments. People are loving it. So, I mean,
just don't kiss me.
I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Mr. Jose, what do you make of this whole YouTubing kind of vibe that you've seen over the last 10 years, pretty much? Yeah, it's 2022. So 2012 to 2022, you've seen YouTubers come up. You've seen all these changes in the media industry in general. I think you've been a part of media since like 2004, 2005.
But that was like radio and television, which I think were very different beasts compared to the digital space. The digital space is like I would say radio and TV is far more controlled. That's not a good thing. But digital, way less control. Again, not such a great thing, because you have all kinds of shit going down. People are constantly there's one whole genre where people are just finding fault with other people. I find that a little weird. Maybe I would have found it fun. Sometimes it's fun. I don't know. I'm very conflicted about this whole YouTube space and the way things go. But that's also because I'm the kind of person who doesn't want to get out of my house. I just want to live a peaceful life. And I now want to reach the end peacefully. I sound like I'm dying. No, so I guess it all depends. I prefer as little drama as possible. So that's the kind of content I prefer to consume also.